All right, guys, welcome into the Brandon Lowe with Ryan Pritt Show podcast with Jack Withrow running the controls over there. I don't know about you, Jack. I'm beginning to feel like this Brandon Lowe guy doesn't exist anymore.
I don't think he likes us anymore.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
Gets his name on the show and then just moves to Florida. I don't know what happened. Now, thoughts and prayers for Brandon yesterday. You know, it sounded like he had a rough day at the toll booth. Yeah. That's always tough. Car breaking down, all kinds of stuff. You're
Kids in the car.
Yeah, already on the way back
driving
from Disney.
back from Florida.
I tell you, I almost just want to wipe Friday clean of guests and just let him go, because you know he's going to have an hour of just absolute entertainment and unloading to do after that trip.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, if you're out there and you don't know, Brandon just completed a week at Disney World Land. I'm still not sure which is.
I think it's World.
It's World.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whichever one's in Orlando. Came complete with a broke down car.
Yeah, at the toll booth. As soon as I guess that would be the one down at Gent.
Yeah, it told me a lot that as soon as he got back into state borders, there was a stop at a brewery.
Yeah, saw that.
That speaks volumes for what the week was like, I feel like.
As soon as we get into the Mountain State, back home,
damn it,
we're pounding some beers.
Yeah, so I can't.
And then they break down.
And then they break down. Yes.
So he's probably out there, and she's probably out there, and somebody's got to go to the bathroom.
Push the car to the median with one of the toll workers. Which, by the way, is that in that guy's salary? Does he get a bonus for that?
That's crazy.
It's got to be 90 degrees standing on that pavement, even on a nice day.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah, somebody, give that guy an extra quarter bump an hour. Where you at, Jim? Come on.
Yeah. But he made it home.
But he made it home, we think.
Now he needs a vacation from his vacation.
Yeah, now he's on vacation from vacation. He's certainly not sitting here, so it's up to the inmates again. This prison's gone out of control. People running everywhere. So,
but he'll be back.
Yeah, but exciting news today. We're busting out the aforementioned Sholey series that we teased last week.
Yeah.
Jack, the clever mind that he is, comes up with the Scoop and Score series, which I love. Yep. So that's what we're calling it for now. May change, who knows? But we're going to get it kickstarted today in a big way.
Yeah. Interview coaches, high school coaches from our area.
Yeah.
And
HD media coverage areas.
That's what I was looking for.
So we're going Huntington, Coalfields, Kanawha Valley. And we're going to lead you straight into the season in late August, and we're going to do it. We're going to get it going today, and we're going to have some fun with this guy.
And we originally had 10 questions. We're going to do like a rapid fire questions, but you keep expanding it.
And we're still playing.
I think we're up to 12 now. And one of those questions I was seeing, there was a two-parter. So it's kind of really like 13 questions now.
Yeah,
so.
there's a couple. Yeah, we're us guys. I mean, it's very fluid all the time. But this is one of those times where I would love it if you guys sound off. Tell us. We flirted with the idea of a 2-minute drill at the end where we just throw rapid fire questions till the 2-minute runs out. Yeah.
This could be interesting.
As usual, we did absolutely no preparation or homework for this other than Jack coming up with a name and a few questions. But he and I both, I'd say we're about half and half on the questions. We got some good stuff.
Yeah. I stretched out before I came down here today. So I got ready.
We'll take some question submissions from you guys. These questions, as you'll soon find out,
it'll probably be different every week.
Little to nothing to do with football. This is just going to be a fun thing after we talk some football a little bit.
Things in there.
Yeah. But mostly not anything about football. Kind of like this show has nothing to do with sports most of the time either. So, but it's going to be fun. And like I said, we wanted to kick it off with a bang. And Joey Fields is a fun guy, man. This segment's right in his wheelhouse. I can't wait to see how this goes. So we're going to get Joey. Both Jack and I relate today because it's been
traffic.
Yeah, many of you know I-64 is a complete and total insert inappropriate adjective here. And I'm not going to cuss about it. I'm not going to be mad about it today. I think they've finally broken me. Just been in it so many times. It's
they had a little bit of everything going on out there today.
Yeah, I'm not even. I mean, most.
And I can't badmouth those guys.
You can, because, but I can.
I work with a lot of them.
I can, but I won't because I've done it so much. It's taken weeks off of my life, and I've realized I'm going to be in it anyway.
It's something that needs to be done, though.
Yeah,
I get that,
As long as it ever gets done.
It'll get done.
And it's not like the Barbersville, like whatever they're doing down there. I just feel like they're just, that's going to be happening forever.
They're building a major bridge out there. So it's something
you're talking about over here in Nitro St. Albans. Yeah. That, I still don't know what are they doing in Barbersville? I don't know.
That I don't know.
What are they doing in Fairmont? No clue. That's been under construction since 1964. I have no clue. So As long as we get somewhere with this in my lifetime.
I mean, this is much needed, the bridge.
Yeah. And they don't do that. They don't do that. What is it? The out toward Point Pleasant, 35 or whatever.
The new 35?
Yeah, which is new, but was supposed to be done in 1989. Yeah, as long as we don't do that and just put it on hold for 30 years, I'll be good. But anyway, the original point. We were a little bit late, so we're going to go ahead and go straight to break here and get Joey on so he quits having to wait on us to talk about this.
I told him to be prepared.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Well,
I think he's nervous.
Joey knows me, so he knows he knows this could go off the rails really. Like I feel like he's probably one of the coaches we have to. Him and Donnie probably have to give the least amount of explanation to. They know.
Yeah,
they know. They know what's
prepared
coming.
for it,
Yeah.
so.
So anyway, yeah, we're going to cut to break, and when we come back, we will have Joey Fields, head football coach at Herbert Hoover High School. Hang on. Man,
yeah, my wife still lives right now. So I'm late duty during the day, making some workout.
How old are you?
5 months.
Dude, you're still in diapers.
Should have had a whole different line of questioning today if I'd have known that. All right, well, hey, man, we're going to bring you on here in just a second. We'll have some fun today, all right?
All right, man.
Appreciate it. All right, guys, welcome back to the Brandon Lowe Show with Ryan Pritt podcast. Minus Brandon Lowe, plus Jack Withrow. I always have to do that every time, don't I?
Yeah.
And plus Joey Fields now, Herbert Hoover football coach, joining us live from baby duty. How's it going, Joey?
I'm struggling, just trying to figure it out like I do most things.
Joey out there trying to care for a 5-month-old baby boy. Is that right?
That's it.
How's that? How is that going? How's life changed for you over the last few months?
Oh, I'm now the assistant coach to my wife. So I just do what she tells me to do, and then
There you go.
That's kind of the plan. But no, it's been very enjoyable. Every day is very enjoyable.
So I feel like that role from head coach to assistant coach, that gets done a lot sooner than before childbirth, though, right? I mean, that happens at the first few months of dating, doesn't it? It did for me. Brandon, I think Brandon just started out as the assistant coach in his relationships. How did it go for you?
I like to make her think that we were like associate head coach. We we're doing it together. But yeah, she has the head coaching role for sure.
Very good. Well, man, thanks for taking a few minutes. I'm sure that's busy over there. Probably got the prices right on, maybe. I don't know. That's what they did with me when I was a baby. I feel like I just watched Bob Barker until I was like 15.
Little Mickey Mouse Club right now is the only thing that keeps him straight. So
okay, that's probably more appropriate. I think Brandon just met Mickey Mouse like last week. He could have put in a word for you, probably.
I need it, man. That's awesome. I'm looking forward to the Disney World trip for sure.
Oh, take a lot of money.
Well, make sure you listen to Friday's show, because by the time Brandon's done, something tells me you may not be looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk some football, man, for a few minutes. Obviously, a huge season down on the river last year. Made the playoffs. Ran into the greatest 16 seed to ever play high school football in the state of West Virginia, probably. And but really to me, I think what stands out most is just established that program as a program that people are going to have to deal with in the future. Is that kind of the feeling that you guys have down there? And how does preparation change with those expectations on you compared to what it was maybe a year ago?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Each year's got better because you got a lot of the same guys that return, and these seniors become leaders now. Again, I've said it so many times. When I first got here, I wanted to be judged on improvement, not scoreboard. We ended up being a lot better than what we thought we were, and it's carried over the last 2 years. But the biggest thing is the excitement in the community, the excitement in the school. Guys, we had almost 67 kids came out. I had 61 at our last flex day last week. So it's, people are excited about football. And I think if you do the right thing, you put a good product out there, you'll see the reward.
Speaking of excitement, I know you guys, they're building that new school up there and that new football stadium. I've not seen any like renderings or anything of that new stadium. Have you? You still with us, Joey? Have you seen any the renderings of the new stadium? I'm excited about that new stadium up there.
Yeah, we have. We're working on the kind of put something out the other day, kind of vote on the field turf. So that's in the works. Right now, walls are going up in our football complex. heavy work on the press box. So it's exciting. We're walking into school and there's paint on the walls.
There you go.
Things are shaping up, but it's very cool to see. When being a part of Mingo Central and seeing it from the ground up, and now seeing this one, it's right on schedule. And so hopefully, we look forward to getting in there sometime next year.
When it comes to the kids in that area, I've covered them for a long time, and it's one thing to write about, hey, this senior class is the third straight senior class that spent their whole high school years in portables and all that stuff. What are the biggest challenges for your kids when it comes to that, and how much do you think that really does take a toll over 4 years, or do you think that by now they're kind of used to it?
Well, I think, like most people, like I was, when you hear they're in portables, you're like, oh. But you walk into those classrooms, it's as clean of a classroom that I've ever been in. Kids they continue on. They're eating lunch over in the auditorium or in the middle school cafeteria, out in the outside commons, and we're outside in 5-degree weather to 90. But it's different. But they never, you wouldn't know it. And that's what we try to carry over to our football program. All our programs have been so successful, and I think it's from the leadership at top to every coach in the building, and then the kids just continue to respond to not have nothing to not have a crutch, and that's what we speak to them. But there's better days coming.
Dane Hatfield, I have to ask you about him, man. I saw him in football, obviously, and he's a special player there, and then I see him in basketball, and I'm not sure that he's not better in basketball than he is in football, which is hard to believe. It's really close. Just how special of a kid is this going to be to have around for the next 3 years?
Oh, very special. Just like his two other brothers, Drew Hatfield and Devin Hatfield. It's no surprise, but he's a great kid. That's number one, and he works hard. He actually cut my grass the other day, and I was feeling sorry for him, and that was just after the flex day practice. And I asked him what he was doing afterwards, and he said he was going to go get another lift in and go to the gym. But that's the type of kid he is, and you want to see good kids get rewarded, and he's definitely a good kid like all his brothers and his family is. And I believe he will get rewarded. He's a special kind of player.
Yeah. Me and Jack were asked, where did you go to high school, man?
I went to Mate 1 High School.
Did you play under Kinder there?
I played under Kinder and then coached with Coach Kinder from 2009 to 2016.
I want to tell you, man, on the list of all-time high school sports personalities, that guy is right near the top, man. I don't know,
yes,
what was it like playing and coaching, under that guy? I mean, what were those years like? And I mean, there had to be a lot of learning and probably a lot of laughs too, I would have to imagine.
Oh, most definitely. One day I'll do my own podcast, and it would have to be rated R maybe. But no, it's Coach Kinder, man. Again, I can't say enough about him and my experience there, and I learned so much. And then to go with Dave Walker at Martinsburg, and just try to soak it in how do you do these things? How do you respond to these certain situations? But there's no better than those two. And Coach Kinder's a treat. But I mean, he's like a father to me. We were actually long conversation yesterday, and it's so much more about football. But I'm very, very thankful for that relationship. Very, very valuable to me now and forever.
Yeah. I was looking ahead a little bit. You guys, you're through periods July, correct?
Yes, it is. It will be July, and we'll actually do the last 2 weeks of July, and then we'll roll right into the season.
Okay. So what is it like for you now? Up until then, what are you trying to get together as a coach? And I mean, do you have a good idea of your team now, or will you have a much better idea then than you even do now?
Oh, I think a lot's going to tell. Obviously, when we get together and we have everyone, we've yet to have our whole team. With baseball and track going on, and kids are at camp and so on and so on. But man, there's so much competition right now. I think year 3 for us, this is probably the most competition we've had. I got the guys all up there yesterday. I said, hey, we could be anywhere from 5 wide to 2 tight ends and full house backfield. I mean, it's who get the best 11 on the field, of course, but there's competition, and and everything matters. We got lifting starting up tomorrow, days a week up until July. So a lot will be evaluated, and we speak that to our guys, and they respond very, very well.
Yeah.
So I tell them all the time. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I tell them all the time is that you choose. You make those choices, and who we play, we'll figure it out from there. But they've done a great job up to this point.
I have to ask you this, man. I wrote a column about you guys last year that kind of got a little lightning
I heard
rod.
about it.
Yeah, did you hear about that? Yeah.
I actually heard about that.
Well, I didn't reach out and interview you for that. I wanted to throw my own.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna
you.
do that to you. I was gonna take the heat, But something I did want to ask you about, after that at some point. What I was writing about there, you hear that stuff. I mean, your players hear that stuff. Hey, you're all transfers. Hey, you run up the score. Hey, do this, do that. How do you handle that as a coach? Is that something you talk about to your kids? Does it drive you to be better? Does it inspire you? What does all that noise around your program do for you guys once you're together?
Absolutely, we address it, and you got to face it straight, head on. It's we tell our guys, hey, we're different. We're different for a reason. And then when you do things different and you do things the right way, and you are promoting your program, of course people are going to want to be a part of it. I want the best job. I want my kids to have the best opportunity. So where is that, and who is providing that? So we're trying to put out a good product for our kids, but it's about experience. These kids got 4 years together, 4 years to do this. It's about experience, and we want to give them the best experience on and off the field. And I think we've done a very, very good job at doing that at every place I've been. Everyone else has the same amount of hours in the day. Everyone else has the same opportunity, but we're willing to be a little different, step out there and do things from the unlike the norm. But our kids, we tell our kids, hey, you are no longer the one hunting. You're being hunted. So they're saying your name now in other locker rooms, and when they're in their workouts, they're saying your name. How do we respond? What are we going to do to be ready when that time comes? And it's a little different. And I'll just be honest, is you're watching Fairmont when they played us week one, first week of the playoffs to the next week and the week after and the week after. It's a different Fairmont team. I mean, they knew. I mean, they played us different, and it was unlike anything that we saw on film from them. So, that's the stage we're setting, and, we want to take pride in that, and I enjoy it.
Absolutely. 9-game schedule this year. Gets started with home games against Scott and Winfield, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, 2 very good teams.
Yeah, I was going to say, you started off with a bang there, don't you?
Yes, sir. Those are 2 teams that return a lot, and Coach Eddie Smolder is doing a great job at Winfield. They're promoting their program, and so Scott. They do a great job promoting their program. And kids want to go play for Scott. Kids will want to go play for Winfield. That's part of it, and I think they should, But of course, I'm huge on and getting back on that. I'm sorry, Ryan, but get back on that. Of course, I'm huge on community and huge on small town and playing with the kids you grew up with. But also, you want to be a part of a winner. You want to be a part of people doing it the right way. So,
absolutely. I tell you, man, I think just, off the cuff here, Winfield and Eddie Smolder, that just feels like hand in glove to me. His philosophy with the kids they produce, that could be a sleeping giant here in a year or two.
Oh, I think so. And I've said this for years. Eddie did a great job. I think he's one of the better coaches,
Yep.
AA, AAA that I've ever coached against.
I agree.
And it's not so much scheme, but his kids it's building a mentality. It's a mentally tough mentality that he builds on and off the field, and those kids respond to that very, very well. And he's a big reason why we went to the no huddle, up tempo type of offense. We played him in 2012, and he had that 10-0 team, 9-1 team. I'm sorry, Wayne, and they were no huddle, and they just waxed us up and down the field, and we had to change our thought process and how we approach things. Ever since then, Sissonville never beat us. So but he's a great coach, and I'm excited about the competition with him and Scott and so many other teams on our schedule that look like they're doing a good job.
Absolutely. Well, you want to have some fun for a minute, man?
Let's do it.
We'll do it, man.
All right, we're going rapid fire style here. We still haven't figured out the format. You're kind of the guinea pig today, man. So thanks for volunteering for this. Jack and I are still trying to figure out how to do it once we get in here. So.
Yeah. Well, this show may continue on, do really well, or it may get canceled right away.
Trust me, man. If we haven't been canceled yet, it isn't happening today. Brandon has come in here with we won't go there. Just go back to the radio show days. Yeah. So we're going to be okay. But we get to know your coach a little bit for the Elkview River community here. So here we go. Number one, the first thing, and this is for visitors. If a fan comes to your town to watch a game, where are they going to eat? What should they order?
It looks like the Roni roll. And Paddlers is very well, too, the corn dogs. But Roni's the Roni roll.
The Roni roll. Okay, that's a Chris Wade special there. I've never been there still. I got to get up there.
Very good, very good.
All right, I got the next one. What is your meat of choice when you're grilling out or smoking?
Oh, man, I like I'm a steak guy, but barbecue as well. I know it's a little off topic, but I'm a big barbecue guy, so I was in Texas not long ago, so I was hitting all the top ones up.
That's what I do when I go out there too, man. That stuff's ridiculous. What toppings go on a perfect hot dog?
Oh, I'm a classic guy. I'm just a chili and mustard.
Okay.
Mustard on the bottom.
On the bottom. That's got to go on the bottom. That's interesting.
It does for me, yeah.
I'm a chili mustard man. That's me. Chili mustard, yeah.
I mean, I'm a ketchup, mustard, and slaw.
Okay,
but it's got to be.
It's all about and it's all about the sides too, man. On a good hot dog.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, what's your favorite vacation spot?
I love going out to California. I'm a big movies guy, but we go to Naples, Florida quite a bit.
Man, movies guy, you just set me up here for like 3 of them. Let's go. Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, or Michael Myers?
Oh, if I'm just going off movies, what movie I got to watch? I probably got to go Michael Myers.
Yes.
Halloween.
Yeah, that's the correct answer. Okay.
All right.
I'm scared of Freddy.
He's the scariest one. I agree. Yep.
Next one. What is your game day superstition? Like before games?
I have to eat before a game. I know a lot of people don't, but I have to eat before a game. I really do. And then I take a nap as well. So
it's eat nap. It's a Roni roll, an hour nap, and then we're going out to kick some ass. Is that what it is?
It's a Roni roll, a nap, then finished up with watching Halloween for a little bit and a hot dog.
There we go. Man, that's a day right there. That sounds awesome. I'm coming.
Then we're going to coach a little bit.
I'm going to cover every Hoover game next year. I'm just hanging out with you before the game. What is the best sports movie of all time?
I'm a Friday Night Lights guy, but let me tell you, what threw me off a little bit. I love the story. I love the book. I like Friday Night Lights. It came out when I was younger, really into sports and playing. But that takes place in 1988, and they have new Revolution at that time, Revolution helmets, the brand new Nikes. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. But that one, and then I'm a Blue Chips guy too. I enjoy that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, here you go. Do you own or wear a pair of Crocs?
Both. Jack, I got red, white, and blue, so I got all the colors I need to.
I go with the camo ones.
He's got the Hoover issued Crocs.
Yeah.
Well, let's lead right into the next question. Are socks ever acceptable with Crocs and or sandals?
Oh, never. Never.
We disagree.
That's me, man. And I'll tell you this too is I know we're rapid fire, but black socks with white shoes kind of get me as well. So.
Wow.
You're not old enough yet.
Yeah, I'm not, man. It may just be whatever's in the drawer here soon.
That's it.
All right. Are you a team Will Smith or team Chris Rock guy?
I'm a team Chris Rock. And what's funny, I'm actually going to watch Chris Rock this weekend in Cincinnati.
Oh, man, I'm jealous. That guy's great. What a stand-up comedian that guy.
Yes, he is.
Could take a punch, too, or a slap, whatever that was.
We went to, again, speaking on visiting L.A., my wife and I, we went out to the Comedy Store in L.A., and Chris Rock and Martin Sheen were there the next night.
Wow.
Yeah, so we just missed that one right there in the main stage.
I bet he's going to give you some good Will Smith content this weekend.
Oh, I hope so. I mean,
he's going to.
That's why I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll have a good time with that. What's your desert island? Let me try that again. Your desert island album. Meaning, if you're stuck on a desert island, the one record you could take with you would be what?
Oh, that's tough. Have to have a variety. So could I take like a Now album, like a Now 16?
Yeah. I mean, if it's an album, I'm going to count it. I don't know what's on Now 16, but we're going to have to look that up and get a track list.
Is that some Britney Spears stuff? I don't know what that is.
Hit Me Baby One More Time. All the pop stuff. Got to have a variety. Maybe some Avril Lavigne in there as well.
Okay. I like that. I'm going to put you on the spot here. All right.
Yeah, man.
You have a 9-game schedule next year.
Yeah.
If someone was to tell you you're going to go 1-8, but you can pick who the one is, who is it?
Mingo Central.
What
That's maybe a tie with Sissonville. Aggravate those people a little bit.
Finally, this is our final one. Now that we came up with this one because of an experience I had about a week ago. And it was a real dilemma, and it's still kind of a sore spot for me. I'm not sure if I did the right thing, but here we go. Do you have any sisters or brothers?
I do have a brother and a sister.
Do you have nieces?
No.
Okay, well, let's pretend you have a niece for this, okay?
Yeah.
Or a sister.
Okay, first of all, it's kind of a threefold question. What is your favorite sporting event to watch on TV?
Football, of course.
Okay. Let's pretend
college football.
College football. So let's pretend it's college football season and it's a Saturday night. Who are your favorite teams to watch?
Favorite teams to watch?
Yeah. Like, is there a game? Like, are you like an Ohio State, Michigan guy, Florida, something like that? West Virginia, Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I enjoy with the Lincoln Riley stuff. I enjoy the Texas Oklahoma rivalry, of course. Ohio State, Michigan, but I like watching Lane Kiffin's teams. And I'm Tennessee right now. I'm on the Tennessee bandwagon right now.
Okay, Ole Miss and Tennessee have the night game on CBS on a Saturday, right? Just so happens it's a holiday weekend as well. So I don't know what weekend. Let's say it's Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Your niece's dance teacher holds a dance recital during the same time on the same night that Ole Miss and Tennessee, who are both 10-0, are playing on CBS. What do you do?
Well, I tell my niece, say better lie, then I'm just going to stay home and watch the game.
All right, I respect that. See, I had to go, man. I couldn't do it. See,
I like it.
This all comes from, Memorial Day weekend. We get the Indy 500 and the Coke 600 back to back, and I'm a racing guy. I mean, I love it. And for some reason, my niece's dance recital, her teacher decides, what would be a great day to have our recital is Memorial Day Sunday, because no one's doing anything fun that day.
Yeah.
And I had to go, man. Had to bite the bullet.
Yeah.
I went.
Well, you're a good uncle.
I feel like someday, if something happens that she ever needs to look back and be like, did my uncle care about me? I want you guys, just to write her a letter or something. Be like, you know what? One time,
here's the pictures that shows that he did.
He sacrificed 1,100 miles of racing just to be at your dance recital.
And grilling out.
Yeah, and grilling out and beer. Yeah,
yes,
so that was good. So
that's a good uncle.
Well, Joey, man, I think we're going to let you get back to the babysitting duties. Hopefully this was a nice break for you.
Well, I appreciate you guys. He's taking a little nap, and then make sure the other coaches don't have the same questions. They'll be more prepared than I was. So.
That is true, and that's a good point.
Yeah.
We're going to have to figure something out on that.
Yeah, put them on the spot as well. But, no, I appreciate you guys always. I enjoy coming on. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, we'll do her again real soon once we get to the season, okay?
Yes, sir. See you guys.
All right, see you soon, buddy. And there he is, Joey Fields, the guinea pig. Well, that's going to be hard rotating questions. So I feel like that took a while to get those.
Go see Chris Rock.
Going to see Chris Rock. I'm jealous of that.
Yeah.
That dude's hilarious. Some of especially the 90s stand-up hours that he had back in the day.
What I'm not jealous of is diaper stage. He can have that.
Yeah.
I went through that a couple times. So
See, I haven't. I got, I've never done that.
Right.
And I'm just going to.
It's something you have to experience.
No, I'm not sure it is. I don't think I'll be able to get through life if I never do. I had a cousin the other day. He was like, man, when are you going to have a kid? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, your gene pool, you need to have one. I'm like, have you ever looked at my medical history? I'm not passing this to nobody. No, but thanks to Joey, man. And I put him on the spot a couple times there, especially with the with the question about the transfers. But I have always wanted to hear his take on that, and he did a nice job handling that. So thanks for being a sport about that, Joey. And, you know, they're going to be good, man. And the difference, you know, I don't think last year was an aberration at all. This is where this program's going.
Yeah, and you look at the offense, and, you know, it's impressive when you look down the schedule that they had last year and the numbers they put up on offense, but even more impressive is the defense. They had 5 shutouts last year.
No one talks about their defense.
Yeah.
And their defense absolutely was as big or if not bigger part of them getting to where they got. And, you know, I mentioned it in the front, you know, they were the 1 seed, and I mean, what are the odds that Fairmont Senior is going to be the 16 because Senior plays, you know, just an absolute brutal schedule, and props to them for doing so. But, I mean, there's a lot of people, including myself, and this is no offense to anyone else in AA, but that was the state title game to me.
Yeah.
Those
30-28 victory for Fairmont.
Those were the 2 best teams in the state, I thought. And I don't think Hoover's...
But you could see it coming, too.
Yeah. Like
in the latter part of the season, you could see just the things.
Well, Brandon and I, of course, we were doing a daily show then, and we talked about that in the weeks leading up. And I began to, like you said, I was looking at rankings about week 7 and week 8, and you start jumping ahead and being like, okay, well, this team, I think the very back end of Senior schedule was pretty manageable. So they were like 4-4 or 3-4, but then they had 3 or 4 games left that they were going to win, and they were like 22nd. And you're like, well, if they win all these, and then you could just see them start. And I'm like, man, it's going to be Hoover and Fairmont, isn't it? And then sure enough, and what a game that was.
Was it down at Laley?
It was, yeah. And he's right. I mean, for them to have 67 kids come out, I mean, this is a school I can remember just a few years ago fielding 35, 38, 40 on a good year. And it's a good – that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going anywhere for a while, and all he's done is have success wherever he's been.
Yep.
Mingo, of course, Martinsburg has
and they do a good job there of promoting that program on social media and things. I love what they do.
That community supports theirs as well as anybody.
Yeah.
Any school that I've ever been around when it comes to population per capita, the Herbert Hoover, Elkview, Clendenin community. I mean, they will come if you're playing. They're going to come and support.
Yeah, we see it in softball.
Softball's unbelievable.
When they made the basketball, boys basketball tournament. So.
And I mean that environment down at Laley last year was on fire, and they're going to be there for that program. It's going to be something special to see for a while.
When they played Polka at West Virginia State, I mean that was one of the best. High school environments I've seen.
Right, yeah.
At least around here.
I forgot about that state game. Yeah, you're right.
And they shut Polka down 28-0. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, you could tell. They were legit. I almost called the segment just for today, running up the score with Joey Fields, but I didn't want to offend anybody in certain Cardinal Conference communities that I may have offended.
Maybe he could do his own podcast, and that's what he can call it. Running up the score with Joey Fields.
I should have called it. He would have laughed. No. Like I said, I got a lot of – it was a lightning rod after I wrote that piece there, and that's fun. That's all good. But I have some strong thoughts on what happened with them last year, and I let it go. So, But anyway, we're one Monday closer to high school football, and I think all of us can agree that's a good thing, right? Yep. So we'll be looking forward to that. Not sure who we're going to have on Friday just yet. Not sure if we're going to rotate questions.
We got some ideas, though.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, I'm serious. If you're out there and you're listening and you want to submit some question ideas, if you want to submit some format ideas, if you want to tell us how to do the damn show, I'm open for any of that because, I mean, like I said, it's the blind leading the blinded here most of the time anyway, so... with that, you want to take a break, come back, and talk some state baseball tournament where you and I were locked in there for a few days?
Yeah. It was a good few days.
It was.
One of the better baseball tournaments that I've seen there.
Mother Nature took a break on us. That was a big part of it. Yeah. So we'll get to some of that, too, when we come back. We'll be right back here on the Brandon Lowe Show with Ryan Pritt broadcast. All right, guys. Welcome back. Brandon Lowe Show with Ryan Pritt, Prodcast. Always going to say Prodcast. The Brandon Lowe dubbed beautiful Jack Withrow sitting right across from me. Sometimes it's hard to talk. I get distracted in here, you know.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. He's got the 5 o'clock shadow going today. That looks pretty good.
Thanks.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
I need a shave.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm always like, should I grow the beard back out? Should I shave it off?
Yeah.
I never know.
I don't know what to do with mine, so I don't do anything.
He's got some length there.
I just kind of you know.
Well,
people are like, you
got like a beard goatee.
Yeah, people are like, well, you know, you should really put some, you know, some conditioner in it, or you should. I'm like, guys, you're missing the point. The reason that this is here is because I don't have to do anything with it. I don't have to shave. I don't have to do anything. Just got a shower, and here it is.
Old lady likes it?
No, not really. Okay. She doesn't like this part. Like when I kill this and it's just the goat.
Yeah,
that's when it gets acceptable. My problem is, and here's something that many people don't know about me, and I'm just going to let some personal info out there on, you know, the waves. I have a bald spot under my chin. So if it looks like my beard's a little thin, it is.
A bald spot right underneath?
Right in the middle. Like all of that hair closes in around it and covers it. Yeah. I kind of have a beard comb over. I have the Donald Trump of beard hairstyles right now. That's what I got.
Anyway.
It's a little thin. It's got a little curl to it. You know, people don't know this about me. In college, I had hair halfway down my shoulders.
I've seen some pictures.
And it naturally curled for some reason. I have no idea. Like I have
right at the end?
Yeah, like it was like a natural forming mullet kind of deal. And my beard does that.
You should bring it back.
So I get out of the shower, my beard, like certain parts of it will start curling in different. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just.
You ought to bring it back.
Here's what I know. I work really hard and I mow a lot of grass and I don't feel like cutting my beard. So one day I will and it'll be gone, maybe. Till then, this is what you got. So we'll just keep the cameras pointed at Jack. And I'll be the voice on the other side. But anyway.
Back of your head.
Away from beards.
Yeah.
And into baseball.
Baseball.
Pretty good.
High school baseball.
Yeah, pretty good weekend over at Appalachian Power Park this past week. Which, by the way, you can say whatever they want. That remains just a really clean, nice yard to sit at. I mean, it's a great yard. Mm-hmm. Big fan of Appalachian Power Park. I have a soft spot for Watt Powell. I played at Watt Powell.
I did
the train in the background was pretty awesome. But
you got a train there kind of in the background. Yeah. I mean, it's not right behind the wall, but it's there.
It's tough to argue with Appy, though, man. It's a good yard.
It's got a nice setting.
Yeah.
You got the mountains behind you, or behind the outfield wall. Plus
Capitol way out there in the distance.
Yeah, plus the buildings, the tall buildings there.
Yeah.
The old warehouse buildings that they've converted into a restaurant and condominiums.
Yeah, it's just
got people sitting on top of those buildings and watching. So.
Yeah, it's just a cool yard. And it was a good setting this week. And like I mentioned before the break, Mother Nature gave us a break.
Yeah, Thursday looked iffy.
Yeah, and it held Thursday right at game time. You'll remember, looked like the tornado that swept Dorothy away. It was forming right behind home plate, and then nothing happened. And we just played ball and played ball all weekend.
They had the tarp on there during the day, and then they took it off, and then they put it back on.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you,
it was just
Thursday and Friday.
It was touch and go there. So.
Thursday, well, really all weekend, but Thursday and Friday in particular, the temperature was great. It's like mid to high 70s, low 80s tops. Everyone, I mean, usually that thing, you know, is like 96 degrees one day and everyone's dying. But best weather for a state baseball tournament I can remember. I mean, I don't know how you beat it. A little breezy, a little sunny, looked good.
We had a little breeze every once in a while.
Yeah. So props to Mother Nature on that. Thanks.
I tell you what, the games are competitive.
Yeah, we should talk about the games.
We had a couple. Logan.
Yeah,
and their
Logan Shady. But even that game was good into the fifth inning, and then they scored like 6 in the fifth. I want to say something like that.
So, but then of course, Hurricane blowing out GW.
Yeah.
But other than those two, I mean, they were highly competitive.
Yeah. I tell you, Friday, the second day, that was like good all day long.
Yeah, those 4 games.
Yeah, both single A semis and both triple A semis were really good. Of course, if you're not aware, Hurricane, your Class AAA state champion, probably should mention that since we're about what, an eighth of a mile away from the school or whatever it is, maybe a little more than that. Yeah. So congrats to Brian Suffin and those guys. That's number 3.
4. I think 4.
Is it 4?
I believe so.
For the school or for Suffin?
3 for the school.
I think it's 3 for Suffolk,
yeah.
4 for the school.
Yeah.
But you know, of course, the big thing there was the Friday night nightcap with Bridgeport, the extra, and it's the game of the tournament, probably the game of the year.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, and you're talking about, you know, I wrote a column last week and just touched on Bridgeport and what they, I mean, winning 7 baseball titles in a row is something that is silly.
You ended that though, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
With their column.
That mail comes swooping in again. So I apologize to fine people of Bridgeport. That's my fault. No, but what I mean, I don't care that they lost. I mean, you won. It's so hard to win in baseball on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
The Pirates swept the Dodgers last week. That's how hard it is to win in baseball. And Bridgeport for 7 straight years came to Charleston, and they walked away with a state championship. And that is, you will never see it again. No one had ever won more than 3, period, otherwise. Never saw it before. Did it in 2 different classes. Won a 17-15 game, and then also had a shutout in there. Like, won it in every way you could win it, and just found a way to come out on top. And, you know, Oak Glen won 13 straight wrestling titles. North Fork gets a lot of, you know, press and did because of their 8 straight boys basketball titles, which was a national record. St. Joe's girls won 7. Bridgeport's 7 baseball titles are the most impressive streak in the history of state to me.
Because of baseball.
Because of
just
baseball.
The difficulty.
Because of the randomness of the sport. You can go out. A pitcher can have a bad day. A great pitcher can have a bad day. A great defender can make a key error at a bad spot. One day, you know, you're missing pitches by 1/8 of an inch, and instead of base hits, you're popping out.
Yeah.
And for 7 years, they overcame their opponent and the game to win it. So just a hat tip to Bridgeport, man. And like I said, for my money, I wasn't around for North Fork. I wasn't covering wrestling during Oak Glen, but I know baseball.
Yep.
And to me, 7 straight baseball titles is as impressive as anything. So, and congrats to Bridgeport on that run, and congrats to Hurricane for getting over that hump finally, and then taking care of business in a big way Saturday.
What about the right fielder Damian Whitty having a just fantastic tournament?
I mean, probably tournament MVP up there.
I would say in AAA,
yeah, in AAA. And you know, we need to give GW a little love. I mean, talk about a team that was 5-10 in March, or maybe it's April. I don't remember, but and not in historic baseball power by any means.
Second time they've been to the state tournament, I believe.
Yeah, and the first time they'd ever made a state title game.
Yeah.
And you know, to turn that around and how hot they got late, and then to come in there and beat Jefferson, who, by the way, is a historic power in baseball, to say the least. I think they have 12 titles, which is the most of any school.
Yeah, when you think about baseball in the state of West Virginia, high school baseball, I mean, you go right to Jefferson.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember playing Jefferson in high school, and their JV pitcher was throwing 85. Yeah. I was like, I'm in the wrong sport. I'm never going to be that good at this. So, I mean, they, you know, for 50 years, 52 years under John Lowry, I mean, it's a staple, and GW never blinked, never backed down. They overcame some key errors and won the game. That was a good game.
I like what Mike Davis is doing there.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a Bridgeport guy.
Yeah, which, by the way, and then it all circles around. Played for Robert Shields at Bridgeport.
Yeah, and it was a great moment after they beat Jefferson, and Robert Shields was waiting on him down there at the end after the interviews and everything. And
big embrace there, that
was a cool moment.
And, by the way, he lost in a regional final in high school to Jefferson, 1-0. So it all circles back around. But, yeah, credit to GW for a great job there. Credit to Bridgeport, and of course credit to Hurricane. I feel like we're kind of slighting not talking about, you know, them coming out after. I mean, they had a late game Saturday, as you said, and went in Friday going into Saturday. And sometimes when you win one like that, an emotional one, it's hard to get jump started the next day. I'll tell you what, they did not have that problem. No. They came out and took care of business early. So congrats to Hurricane. AA. The fighting Kevin Gertz's, death taxes, and Kevin Gertz winning state titles. That's what it is these days. It's 3 in less than a calendar year if you're keeping track at home. Logan comes out, takes care of business, knocks off Shady Spring in this is one of 2 Mercy Rule games in the tournament on Thursday, and then takes care of business on Saturday against Fairmont Senior. Denied Fairmont Senior the old football, basketball, baseball sweep, which I found out has only been done once in state tournament or in state history. Wheeling Central, 2005. Had never been done in Class AA or AAA. And they were on the doorstep. And I tell you, that Logan lineup, I mean, I looked at their 2 through 7 hitters were 14 for 20 in that game. I mean, you're going to get that kind of production out of those guys. Dawson Maynard going yard and almost doing it again. That guy was 3 feet from 2 home runs and a grand slam. I mean, he did everything but, clean the dugout afterwards.
We have 4 home runs in the tournament?
Yeah, another thing, too. And
I mean, you don't normally see a home run hit there.
I don't have any numbers to verify or support this, but that's the most home runs I've ever seen in a baseball tournament. And usually if you get one, it's kind of a big deal. And we had the ball flying around the yard. And I tell you, there were a lot of deep flies that would have been dingers in other yards, too. A lot of hard-hit balls. But, Logan getting it done again. And I tell you, that team's not senior heavy. Like they're going to be around again next year. I think they returned 7 of their 9. And Kevin, of course, is doing a great job. And anytime you get to talk Kevin Gertz after a game, it's a win for everybody. So congrats to Logan. I hope he didn't have to cook afterwards like he said he wasn't going to. That's the only thing he wanted to be known. Fans wanted a cookout. I'm not cooking. I'm eating, but you guys are cooking. So hopefully we got somebody to fire the grill up for Kev there and take care of him.
I'm sure they fired it up and cooked him a steak.
Yeah, I'd say he probably got whatever he wanted that day. I'll tell you what, he's closing in on a statue. I'm not sure what is there like a prerequisite for statues around there? I don't know what that requires, but I know if I'm molding an athletic statue at Logan, Willie Akers and then Kevin Gertz, maybe. I don't know. He's just racking up rings and filling up trophy cases down there, folks, and congrats to them, man. And it's always fun. I should have mentioned this about Hurricane and Bridgeport, too. For better and for worse, that environment Saturday night, though.
Oh, the fans,
yeah. And both of those schools, you hate to penalize many for a few, right? And there were, of course, a few. But for the most part, and that's why you turn out to high school athletics, and they support their communities. Hurricanes always like that at baseball, and so is Bridgeport, and so is Logan. I mean, Logan, anytime you could put Logan's chess team in a state tournament, and they're coming. So
the thing, and I was talking about this to somebody up there. I mean, Logan County overall, love high school sports.
They do. You're right.
And even if it's Logan only playing in it, people from Chapmanville will show up. People from Man will show up.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point.
And they come. It's almost like they come together. I know they're not
right, but
if they're playing each other, it's it's some hatred there. But man, it seems like when Logan County, either one of those 3, the whole county shows up.
Yeah, and it was their turnout was awesome. So
it always is. It's at basketball tournaments. It's a big turnout. So
so congrats to Logan, and then underdog story. Charleston Catholic wins the state title with a losing record. Am I right? 18-19, I think was the final.
I think so. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just kind of did the GW thing, but finished it. With just an epic win on Saturday too. Now I had left. Why don't you tell us a little bit? I saw what happened, but why don't you tell us a little bit about the ending of that one with Wahama?
Well, they had the lead, and then Wahama got it back, and
you thought at that point,
you thought, okay, well, they're just going to, 3 up, 3 down here. It was like, I think they got it to 2 outs, and I'm trying to remember here.
I think
they scored the tying run and the winning run with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think
it was off of a bunt.
They had 2 strikes as well at one point.
I was kind of trying to remember if they were down to 2 outs and 2 strikes.
Yeah.
But, and they win it. The winning run is off of a bunt.
Yeah.
So you got
pop bunt. A bunt that 900 out of 901 times is caught. Yeah. And it just happens to fall in.
I think it was the first baseman and the pitcher.
The pitcher just lands
going for it, and it just kind of pops
in the perfect square inch of grass that you could have, and like nowhere else.
Rolls up to the mound.
Yeah.
Like it was perfectly rolled up to the mound where, out of the reach of anybody, and the guy scores the winning run.
Yeah.
And then they hold.
Unbelievable. Gannon Morris, I think.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it's the Morris kid.
Yeah. Good friends with his dad. He was a excited papa there afterwards, and even into the next day. So, and that's kind of what it's all about too, So just some just some great stuff down at state baseball this week, man. And hell of a way to cap off a school year.
Yeah.
You know, that's the other thing. We're not done with prep athletics, even though the 3-week period starts today.
Some today, some next week.
Yeah, and well, I guess the bit was some next week, the 13th, right? Is Putnam County.
Putnam County, yeah.
And of course, we talked to Joey and Kanawha and Cabell are in July. But the big thing this week that we haven't talked about even off air, North-South.
Yeah.
So we're in North-South week this week.
They had North-South baseball yesterday.
Yeah.
At GW.
Yeah, which they got to do something about that. That Sunday thing, they're just not going to get.
Turnaround.
Yeah, it's no. It needs to be. If you're going to do it on Sunday, do it next Sunday. That
people will get a little time.
That's Sunday straight after nobody's coming to that. You know, let's do a little better on that front. But you know, for the most part, we got North-South softball Thursday. We'll have boys and girls basketball and a doubleheader Friday. By the way, which is
at the rec center.
Why that took us that long to get that back, I have no idea. But that's going to be awesome. You got skill stuff at 5. You know, the girls rosters, which I have seen. Now I don't know. Well, I've seen boys and girls rosters, but. Well, hell, Josiah's going to
Davis,
Josiah Davis coming into this one, going to play on the South with
coming back from Canada.
I tell you what, watching Josiah Davis and Isaac McNeely throwing alley-oops to each other for an hour doesn't sound too bad, right?
So yeah,
it's going to be fun.
You know he's going to be in the dunk.
And they know each other pretty well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be, a great time. That's a great night to get both of them. And you know, the girls. I mean, all the suspects are there too. Now I don't know how many of them. I've heard there's some roster issues going on, but as scheduled, I mean, you've got Washington's and Mayor and the girls from the North, and you got Deanna Gray and, you know, the Huntington contingent from down here, and that ought to be fun too. So hopefully they get all those together. I'll be out at softball Thursday. Now that's always fun. And
that's at Buffalo, right? Yeah,
and I don't know if you know this, but
four regions now?
Yeah, so a couple years ago they changed the format. It was just a typical North-South thing, but there's so much talent in that sport that they just said, you know what, let's just make every region have a team, and we'll have a 4-team tournament. I got to tell you, I've seen the rosters for this thing. I mean, I'm kind of excited to go down here and see this. Yeah. I mean, some of the best, you know, and I've mentioned on this pod, one of the best senior classes I've ever seen in this sport. And if you look at Region 4, I mean, you've got Kennedy Dean, you've got Lena Elkins, you've got Madison Legg, you've got Olivia Meeks, and you've got Abby Darnley. You're talking about 5 kids that are 4-year starters, or would have been, minus the COVID year. I don't know how many first-team All-States between them, but a bunch. Spoiler alert, there may be a couple more coming this week, so keep an eye out for that for all-state softball stuff. And, I mean, to see them together in one lineup is going to be, you know, after years of covering them, playing each other in just some epic, you know, drag-out wars. And I got to talk to a couple of them this weekend and ask them about that. And I think they're all kind of looking forward to, you know, hey, we don't have to face Lena Elkins for the 12th time this year. Or, hey, you know, Madison Legg's on my team this time, you know. So that's going to be really fun down there. So if you're looking for something to do Thursday, come down. I'll bring the seats if you want to come down and hang out. But
I kind of like that format too, because it kind of allows more girls to play.
Yes. Yep.
And a coach isn't trying to like get everybody in in those 2 games, because they usually just play at a doubleheader. With North-South.
Yep.
So it kind of takes the pressure off of the coaches trying to fit everybody in.
And it gets competitive.
Yeah. I'm sure.
The regional pride is big in that sport. And that's going to be a ton of fun. It always is, but this year especially, because like I said, you've got some seniors this year, and the sport continues to grow, but the production numbers that some of these kids have put up in a career are kind of unreal. So if you're around Thursday, around Putnam County, yell at me. We'll go hang out in the lawn chair and spit some seeds and talk to some people and hang out. But and then, of course, Saturday, your North-South football game, which is always a big deal, right? That's still down in South Charleston?
It is.
Yeah. So, you know, rosters, you can find a bunch of coverage on HD Media websites this week. We're blowing out North-South stuff. Football Media Day is tomorrow, so we'll have a bunch of stories coming out from that. I'll be down at softball on Thursday. We're covering boys and girls basketball. We'll be there Saturday as well. So you can find that at wvgazettemail.com, herald-dispatch.com.
I'll be Friday night. I'll be at South Charleston Rec Center for that.
Yeah. So are you you calling, streaming?
Nope.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
Okay. So Jackson will go take some basketball. Well, of course, yeah. You're going to go take in some basketball, and that's going to be a fun. I mean, all three of those. I'm. You know, you can do a lot worse with your time than go.
I like the Thursday, Friday, Saturday thing.
I do too, and which again goes back to
let's just put the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday baseball.
Right, which just put baseball at the end of it instead of 5 days before it. Just seems kind of like an outlier, doesn't it?
It does.
Or maybe play it Wednesday. Play Wednesday night, and we go into softball Thursday, and do the whole thing. But always fun those things are. You know, I don't know why I just said that like Yoda. It's been a long day. Always fun those things are. Anything else fun other the weekend other than baseball?
We had the Susie's biscuits.
Oh yeah, well,
how do you forget that?
Yeah, I mean, Lord, because I didn't have one today, and my brain's not kick-started. That's why.
Well, yeah, I had one Friday morning by myself. You weren't there Friday morning.
No, I didn't make it Friday morning.
But
so you had, what did you?
I brought Rusty. Uddy one.
Yeah, Rusty, who we've got to get on the show.
He likes the little sausage biscuit, just plain sausage biscuit. Then we went with the BLTs.
Yeah, you guys mixed it up on
Saturday
me.
Morning,
I provided biscuits for everyone Saturday morning.
Man, they're good.
Yeah,
just the right amount of bacon, lettuce, nice juicy tomato.
Did we ever figure out why it's the LTD? What's the D?
I have no idea what that was about.
I saw him write that on the biscuit, and as I'm driving to the yard, I'm like, damn it, because I had to order like 3 BLTs because Greg Carey got one too.
LTD, and you're like, what?
And I'm like, and I'm thinking like, what in the world? Because lettuce, tomato, and I'm like, what did they put dill pickles on this thing? Like I had no idea, right? I'm like, leave it to me for them to give me the wrong damn order. And then I got there, and crisis averted. And my bacon, egg, and cheese was great. I think CJ, Chris Johnson, Connect Bridgeport, took a sausage, egg, and biscuit, his first Susie's biscuit.
Chris's, yeah.
That's always a big moment when you're around for that.
Yes. Yeah, it should have been documented a little bit more. Yeah, pictures.
Like I was there, like not in the room, obviously, but I can remember first holding my nieces, and then I remember the day that Chris Johnson first ate a Susie's biscuit, and they're pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of comparable.
Hey, Brandon's got to come back soon. Hopefully he got through the toll booth, and he's going to be. Yeah, I think he's coming Friday, though, right?
Yeah.
The shipmaster's back to grab the wheel because this thing. We were pointed for Europe, and I think we're in Antarctica now. I'm not sure what's going on here. But we will be back, and we will. We're going to bring another coach on. We're still deliberating who that's going to be.
Check us out on Twitter. It's at BLRPOD. Brandon Lowe with Ryan Pritt.
See, that's where I suck as a host. I don't ever remember any of this stuff, so keep going.
I don't either. That's why I've got it written down in front of me.
I'm at R Pritt. Jack has changed his to...
Yeah, I changed my Twitter.
To what?
It's the J-Dub Tweets.
And that's Dub, D-U-B.
Yep.
So the J-Dub Tweets.
Yep.
And one other thing I forgot.
That way you don't get confused any other J-Dub tweets. It's the J-Dub tweets.
Shout out to HD Media who provided laptops. I have a work laptop now.
Things are changing.
And it's awesome. Better. Yeah, and I used it and I had no problems. You know what that was like? That was unbelievable. So, thanks. For real. Out of the bottom of my heart, that was great. Yeah, so we have I have a personal and a company laptop now, and I kind of felt like I should have went out and bought a suit right after that. I don't know why. Because I'm one of those people with 2 laptops now. Yeah. So thanks for that. Thanks to HD Media for that.
You'd be wearing a backpack around with your laptops in it.
Yeah, I got to get a new case.
So you're going with the suit. You probably have to go suit with the official.
Well, what I'm gonna do is when I go suit shopping, I'm just taking Chris Wade.
There you go.
Yeah, he's got me.
Where do you go suit shopping?
Do you think I've ever been suit shopping?
You got to go to E-Steps now.
I have no idea.
You ever been in E-Steps?
No. Jack, I'm wearing a T-shirt with Jeffrey Lebowski's face on it. This is about it. This is me. I mean, Brandon and I are setting fashion back like 60 years every time we're together. Like, and thank you again. Thank you to HD Media and to Jack and Video Productions and all of them for not trying to implement a dress code on us because that doesn't work either. Brandon wearing the same polo every day for a whole week doesn't work.
Yeah, Lakewood Elementary.
That was a little worse, I was like, did you wash that?
Had food stains on it there.
I asked if he washed it. He said, no, I have 5 of them. I said, there's no way you have 5 of them. Like, you've definitely worn this a couple consecutive days. That's probably one of those things I don't want to know the answer to be honest with you. So, no, I haven't been suit shopping.
You need to.
Yeah.
Should have a suit. Everybody should have at least one.
I think I have one, but it was like 10 years and 35 pounds ago.
Yeah, it's probably
not going to work. No. So, yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Go to E-Steps.
Go to E-Steps. Grab a Susie's Biscuit. Go to E-Steps. Any other companies we're plugging for free today, you think? I will always plug you, Susie's.
Yes, we love you.
Yeah. So
all right, we better wrap this up.
I can't think of a better way to end the show. So thanks everyone for listening. Thank you to Joey Fields. Like I said, man, knew it would be fun today. T's and P's for him as he tries to handle a 5-month-old baby for the foreseeable future. It's got to be tough, but I figure he can do it. You know, head coach on the field, assistant coach in his house. I get it.
We're all there.
Yeah. So thank you to him. Thanks to Jack. Thanks to Generations Physical Therapy. Yep. Anybody else I'm missing?
Nope.
Okay.
We'll be back Friday.
Let's bow out. We'll see you Friday. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.